Namo Namah Tulasi Krishna Prayasi Namo Namah Radha Krishna Seva Pavai Abhilasi Namo Namah Tulasi Krishna Prayasi Namo Namah Ye Tumhara Sharana Loy Karavancha Purna Hoy Kripa Kori Koro Tare Vrindavana Vasi Moraye Abhilas Vilas Kunja Diyavas Nayane Harivo Sara Jugala Ruparasi Namo Namah Tulasi Krishna Prayasi Namo Namah Eni Vedana Dhara Shakiranugata Koron Sevadhikara Diya Koro Nijadasi Lina Krishna Dasa Koy Namora Hoy Shri Radha Govinda Premi Sadai Nabasi Namo Namah Tulasi Krishna Prayasi Namo Namah Yani Kani Japapani Brahma Hatyarikani Cha Tanitani Pranasyanti Parikshana Pare Pare Yani Kani Japapani Brahma Hatyarikani Cha Tanitani Pranasyanti Parikshana Pare Pare Yani Kani Japapani Brahma Hatyarikani Cha Tanitani Pranasyanti Parikshana Pare Pare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Tulsi Devi Jaya Tulsi Devi Jaya Tulsi Devi Jaya Tulsi Devi Jaya Vrinda Devi Jaya Vrinda Devi Jaya Vrinda Devi Jaya Vrinda Devi Shrimati Tulsi Devi Maharani ki jai.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hari Bol, everyone. In the beginning of the songbook, we're going to chant some special prayers of invocation, seeking the blessings of our Guru Parampara, the disciplic succession in which our movement is coming down. On page 3 we begin. And we can do this together, in unison. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshunun Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanyam Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Tadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavam Sri Rupam Sagradatam Sahagana Raghunatham Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Sakandikam Namaum Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Vishale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavani Pastyatya Deshatharine Namaum Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Iti Namine Sri Varshabhanavi Devi Daitaya Kripabdaye Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Daine Prabhave Namaha Madhu Jala Premadhya Sri Rupanuga Bhaktida Sri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namostuti Namaste Gauravani Sri Murtaye Dinatarini Rupanuga Virudapa Siddhanta Dvantaharini Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sakshad Vairagya Murtaye Vipralambara Sambudhe Adambu Jayate Namah Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Satchidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Swarupaya Rupanuga Varayate Gaura Virbhava Bhumestvam Nirdeshta Sajjana Priya Vaishnava Sarvabhoma Sri Jagannataya Te Namaha Vancha Kalpataru Yascha Kripa Sindhu Vyevacha Patitanang Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahabhadanaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaura Trishe Namah Pancha Tattvatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Jayatam Surato Pangur Mama Manda Mate Gati Matsalvasya Parambojo Sri Radha Madana Mohan Divyad Brindaranya Kalpadrumada Srimad Ratnagar Singhasanasto Srimad Radha Srila Govinda Devo Prestali Bi Sevyamano Smarami Sriman Rasarasarambi Vamsi Bhatastatakskita Karshan Venu Swanai Gopi Gopinatha Sristuna Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. Jai Shri Radha Gopinath, Gaura Nityananda. You will play harmony? So, the next few minutes also, we will chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. As Srila Prabhupada said, yeah. Srila Prabhupada said, this is what we do. We chant Hare Krishna. And everything comes from this mantra. Chanting Hare Krishna is recommended throughout the Vedas. In the Brihad Naradiya Purana, there is one shloka, one verse, that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to cite as evidence for propagating Hare Krishna mantra chanting. And it goes like this: Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama eva kevalam. Kalu nasteva, 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 gatir anyatha. And the meaning is that at the present age, the times we are living in, we find ourselves here, this is known as Kali Yuga. It is an age that is characterized by quarrel and hypocrisy. Very difficult age. So Vedas say that in this age, no other process will be as effective for spiritual realization than the chanting of Hare Krishna mantra. So in the Vedas, many things are given. There are many prescriptions. But the chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra, it is known as the Maha Mantra. It's the greatest mantra, the great mantra for deliverance. So, that is just one verse that recommends it. And on the basis of the Vedas, this Srila Prabhupada brought this chanting out from India and took it around the world. And the results are astonishing. No one thought it would happen. But Prabhupada had full faith in the holy name. He had full faith in Lord Krishna. He prayed to Krishna to give him the power to do this task, because this is not ordinary. It is said, Krishna Shakti Vina Nahe Tara Pravartana. Only someone who has Krishna Shakti, who has got the power, Krishna's Shakti, only he can spread Krishna consciousness. Others cannot. So Prabhupada prayed to Krishna to give him that Shakti. And we think Krishna supplied him so much Shakti. Because single-handedly meaning he was the only one person from India. But with the help of his disciples, he took it around the world. So, let us chant. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Prabhu Nityananda Radha Gaur Bhakta Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadha Sri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Prabhu Nityananda Gadadha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadha Sri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Prabhu Nityananda Gadadha Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadha Sri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Prabhu Nityananda Gadadha Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadha Sri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Chaitanya Nanda Radha Bhakta Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Thank you all for chanting along with us. Tonight we are going to hear from His Holiness Shanta Vigraha Prabhu. And nice to see everybody chanting. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Om Ajnana-timirandasya Gyananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Shtapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Kadati Shvapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Parakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Brindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare. Everyone together. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare. Loudly. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare. Once more. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Please repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. I want to say something which has probably been said many times over the last week and a half or so, and that is Happy New Year to everybody. I wasn't in Trinidad for the change of the New Year, but I must say it feels good to be back. Even though the New Year has just started 12 days ago, people still sometimes feel that sentiment, at least during the first month, of, I want to do something better with myself for the new year. I want to, there's something I could improve on in my own life. There's something I could resolve to do better. People around this time here, there might be some people who are still keeping their New Year's resolution intact. Although statistically, within the first couple of weeks of the new year, over, I would say, 60 to 70% of all New Year's resolutions are down the drain. But still, it's good to have such a beginning, because it shows that we're aware that there's something in our own self which we could try to work on, try to improve. There's one such thing which I always try to remind myself of, and I thought I'll probably try to speak a little on that today. It stems from a very interesting passage in Krishna book. Krishna book is Srila Prabhupada's summary of the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. The Srimad Bhagavatam is comprised of 18,000 verses divided into 12 sections or 12 cantos. The 10th canto specifically deals with Krishna, with Gopinath, how he appears, how he conducts different pastimes in different places, and describes him in such a way that helps the reader to come or to maintain that firm conviction that Krishna is the Supreme Lord and all others are his servants. And this chapter, which I will read a little from, is actually entitled that, the super excellent power of Krishna. And it comes at the end of the 10th canto, I think chapter 89. And how the chapter progresses is that Shukadeva Goswami, he wants to reinforce, it was stated at the beginning of the 10th canto, it was stated at the beginning of the Srimad Bhagavatam, it will also be stated at the end of the 12th canto as well, that Krishna is the Supreme Lord, and he is to be worshipped by everyone. Not only is he to be worshipped by everyone, but he is to be loved by everyone. So, what Shukadeva Goswami does in this chapter of the Bhagavatam is re-emphasizes that point which was given in so many places before. And he does it in a very interesting way. First, he describes a pastime, which I will speak on, that sets Vishnu apart from everyone else. That of everyone who is considered a controller within the material world, Vishnu is topmost. And after describing that, he goes on to describe that even Vishnu is subservient to Krishna. It's a very interesting comparison. But it's a very important lesson, which is valuable not only for practicing devotees, but for anyone. Bhagavatam teaches on so many different levels. It gives us the highest realization of the absolute truth, which is understandable only by those who are very seriously practicing devotees. But it also teaches lessons in such a way that just a simple person who wants to practice mundane morality, he can improve the standard of his life. So I'll read a little of this pastime. And this pastime is actually quite interesting, because in connection with this pastime, which takes place thousands of years earlier, then the Lord actually appears and is later enshrined in the Tirupati temple in South India. It's a very, very far-reaching pastime. So it's about, till I get to the main point I want to make, 1, 2, 3. It's on the 4th page, so we'll see how it goes. Chapter 89, the super excellent power of Krishna. Long, long ago, there was an assembly of great sages on the bank of the river Saraswati, who performed a great sacrifice of the name Satra. In such assemblies, the great sages present usually discuss Vedic subject matters and philosophical topics. And in this particular meeting, the following question was raised. The three predominating deities of this material world, namely Lord Brahma, Lord Vishnu and Lord Shiva, are directing all the affairs of this cosmos. But who among them is supreme? After much discussion on this question, the great sage named Bhrigu, the son of Lord Brahma, was deputed to test all three predominating deities and report to the assembly as to who is the greatest. Being thus deputed, the great sage Bhrigu Muni first of all went to his father's residence in Brahmaloka. The three deities are the controllers of the material qualities, namely the qualities of goodness, passion, and ignorance. The plan decided upon by the sages was for Brigu to test which of the predominating deities possesses the quality of goodness in full. Therefore, when Bhrigu Muni reached his father, Lord Brahma, because Bhrigu wanted to test whether Brahma had the quality of goodness, he purposely did not offer obeisances or respects to his father, either by offering obeisances or by offering prayers. It is the duty of a son or a disciple to offer respects and recite suitable prayers when he approaches his father or spiritual master. But Bhrigu Muni purposely failed to offer respects, just to see Lord Brahma's reaction to his negligence. Lord Brahma was very angry by his son's impudence, and he showed signs which definitely proved this to be so. He was even prepared to condemn Bhrigu by cursing him. But Bhrigu was his son. Lord Brahma controlled his anger with his great intelligence. This means that although the quality of passion was predominant in Lord Brahma, he had the power to control it. Lord Brahma's anger and his controlling his anger are likened to fire and water. Water is produced from fire at the beginning of creation, but fire can be extinguished with water. Similarly, although Lord Brahma was very angry due to his quality of passion, he could still control his passion because Bhrigu Muni was his son. After testing Lord Brahma, Bhrigu Muni went directly to the Mount Kailash, where Lord Shiva resides. Bhrigu Muni happened to be Lord Shiva's brother. Therefore, as soon as Bhrigu Muni approached, Lord Shiva was very glad and personally rose to embrace him. "My dear brother," he said, "you are always very impure." Bhrigu Muni refused to embrace him. "My dear brother," he said, "you are always very impure. Because you smear your body with ashes, you are not very clean. Don't touch me." Can you imagine telling Lord Shiva something like that? You just picture Lord Shiva's appearance. You see a fellow with, matted hair and a garland of skulls around his neck, smeared with crematorium ash, a snake around his neck. You can even tell this man even the slightest thing disrespectful. So Bhrigu Muni took a chance here, and this chance didn't pay off too well for Bhrigu Muni. So hear what happens next. When Bhrigu Muni refused to embrace his brother, saying that Lord Shiva was impure, the latter, Lord Shiva, became very angry with him. It is said that an offense can be committed either with the body, with the mind, or speech. Bhrigu Muni's first offense committed towards Lord Brahma was an offense in the mind. His second offense committed towards Lord Shiva was by insulting him. Criticizing him for unclean habits was an offense by speech. Because the quality of ignorance is prominent in Lord Shiva. When he heard Bhrigu's insult, his eyes immediately became red with anger. With uncontrollable rage, he took up his trident and prepared to kill Bhrigu Muni. At that time, Lord Shiva's wife Parvati was present. Her personality, like Lord Shiva's, is a mixture of the three qualities, and therefore she is called Trigunamayi. In this case, she saved the situation by evoking Lord Shiva's quality of goodness. She fell down at the feet of her husband, and with her sweet words, she talked him out of killing Bhrigu Muni. After being saved from the anger of Lord Shiva, Bhrigu Muni went directly to the planet of Shvetadvip, where Lord Vishnu was lying on a bed of flowers in the company of his wife, the goddess of fortune, who was engaged in massaging his lotus feet. There, Bhrigu Muni purposely committed the greatest sin by offending the Lord by his bodily activities. The first offense committed by Bhrigu Muni was mental. The second offense was vocal. And the third offense was corporal. These offenses are progressively greater in degree. An offense committed within the mind is a positive offense. The same offense committed verbally is comparatively more grave, and when committed by bodily action, it is superlative in offensiveness. So Bhrigu Muni committed the greatest offense by kicking the chest of the Lord in the presence of the goddess of fortune. So if you thought Lord Shiva's reaction was bad, Lord Brahma, he just, he put it off. He controlled his mind by his intelligence. He just, Bhrigu Muni was mildly disrespectful. But we saw Lord Shiva, he was verbally insulted. And he was about to kill Bhrigu. And now Lord Vishnu, he was kicked, he was attacked by Bhrigu Muni. You could imagine how Lord Vishnu must have been feeling. Especially he was insulted in this manner in front of his wife. So let's hear what Lord Vishnu's reaction was. So Bhrigu Muni committed the greatest offense by kicking the chest of the Lord in the presence of the goddess of fortune. Of course, Lord Vishnu is all merciful. He did not become angry at the activities of Bhrigu Muni. For Bhrigu Muni was a great Brahmana. That wasn't the reaction he was expecting, right? For people who are not familiar with the pastime. Or maybe you were expecting that, I don't know. A Brahmana is to be excused even if he sometimes commits an offense, and Lord Vishnu set the example. Yet it is said that from the time of this incident, the goddess of fortune, Lakshmi, has not been favorably disposed towards Brahmanas, and therefore, because the goddess of fortune withholds her benedictions from them, Brahmanas are generally very poor. But this is Kali Yuga, so something happened a little bit upside down. Bhrigu Muni's kicking the chest of the Lord was certainly a great offense. But Lord Vishnu is so great, he did not care. The so-called Brahmanas of the Kali Yuga are sometimes very proud that the great Brahmana like Bhrigu Muni could touch the chest of Lord Vishnu with his foot. But in fact, when Bhrigu Muni kicked the chest of the Lord, it was the greatest offense, although Lord Vishnu, being greatly magnanimous, did not take it very seriously. Instead of being angry or cursing Bhrigu Muni, Lord Vishnu immediately got up from his bed along with his wife, the goddess of fortune, and offered respectful obeisances to the Brahmana. He addressed Bhrigu Muni as follows: My dear Brahmana, it is my greatest fortune that you have come here. Please therefore sit down on this cushion for a few minutes. My dear Brahmana, I am so very sorry that when you first entered my home, I did not receive you properly. It was an offense on my part. Who was kicked? Lord Vishnu. And who is accepting responsibility? Lord Vishnu. He's saying that, you kicked me. I'm sorry I offended you in this way. Now, isn't it interesting how Lord Vishnu says here, I did not receive you properly. It was an offense on my part, and I beg you to pardon me. You are so pure and great that the water which washes your feet can purify even places of pilgrimage. Therefore I request you to purify the Vaikuntha planet where I live with my associates. My dear Father, O sage, I know that your feet are very soft like a lotus flower, and my chest is very hard like a thunderbolt. I am therefore afraid that you may have felt some pain by kicking my chest. Let me touch your feet to relieve the pain you have suffered. Lord Vishnu then began to massage the feet of Bhrigu Muni. The Lord continued to address Bhrigu Muni. My dear Lord, he said, my chest has now become sanctified by the touch of your feet, and I am now assured that the goddess of fortune will be very glad to live there perpetually. After testing, another name for Lakshmi is Chanchala, indicating that she does not stay in one place for a long time. Therefore, we see that the rich man's family sometimes becomes poor after a few generations. And sometimes we see that the poor man's family becomes rich. Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune, is Chanchala in this material world, whereas in the Vaikuntha planet she lives eternally at the lotus feet of the Lord. Because Lakshmi is famous as Chanchala, Lord Narayan indicated that she might not be living perpetually by his chest. But because his chest has been touched by the feet of Bhrigu Muni, it is now sanctified, and there was no chance that the goddess of fortune would leave. Bhrigu Muni, however, could understand his position and that of the Lord, and he was struck with wonder at the behavior of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Because of his gratitude, his voice choked up, and he was unable to reply to the words of the Lord. Tears glided from his eyes, and he couldn't say anything. He simply stood silently before the Lord. After testing Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, and Lord Vishnu, Bhrigu Muni returned to the assembly of great sages on the bank of the river Saraswati and described his experience. After hearing with great attention, the sages concluded that of all predominating deities, Lord Vishnu is certainly the greatest. In Srimad Bhagavatam, these great sages are described as Brahma Vadinam. Brahma Vadinam means those who talk about the absolute truth but have not come to a factual conclusion. Generally, Brahmavadi refers to the impersonalists or to those who are students of the Vedas. It is to be understood, therefore, that all the gathered sages were serious students of the Vedic literature, but still they had not come to a definite conclusion as to who is the Supreme Absolute Personality of Godhead. But after hearing of Bhrigu Muni's experience in meeting with all three predominating deities, Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, and Lord Vishnu, the sages concluded that Lord Vishnu is the Supreme Truth, the Personality of Godhead. It is stated in Srimad Bhagavatam that after hearing the details from Bhrigu Muni, the sages were astonished, because although Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva were immediately agitated, Lord Vishnu, in spite of being kicked by Bhrigu Muni, was not agitated in the least. The example given is that small lamps may be agitated by a slight breeze, but the greatest lamp, or the greatest illuminating source, the sun, is never moved, even by the greatest hurricane. One's greatness has to be estimated by one's ability to tolerate provoking situations. So this is where I'll stop the reading. For me, this sentence, this one sentence in Srila Prabhupada's explanation here, is more than just a sentence, because it's such a short thing. Like after describing the incidents that took place between Bhrigu and Brahma, and then Bhrigu and Lord Shiva, and now Bhrigu and Lord Vishnu, Srila Prabhupada sticks this sentence in. That what was Lord Vishnu's greatness? And that even when something which by any extent of the imagination, so grave an offense was committed at such a great personality, he just paid no attention to it. It's amazing. His reaction. And Srila Prabhupada says here, one's greatness, and this means anyone's greatness, not just Lord Vishnu, who possesses this greatness to the ultimate extent, but anyone. One's greatness has to be estimated by one's ability to tolerate provoking situations. And what is the material world that we live in, if not 10% comprised of provoking situations? This is basically what every day we have to tolerate so many different situations. And how we react to it, to those situations that we are presented with, it dictates how we progress in spiritual life. And this now I'm speaking on the platform of persons who are practicing devotees. How we react to different situations that arise in our life, it dictates how we progress on the path of spirituality. This is a very, very important point. That one's greatness has to be estimated by one's ability to tolerate provoking situations. Practically speaking, every situation in the material world that we face is provoking. This is a fact. Sometimes we could just say that those situations that come to us in a negative manner, that those are also provoking. That those are the ones we easily recognize as being provoking. For example, someone speaks ill of us. Someone is impolite to us. Someone steals from us. Somebody gives us a bad drive on the road going to work. We're waiting for a taxi and somebody splashes water on us. Very provoking situation. Provoking situation amongst friends in school. Provoking situations among colleagues in work. Provoking situations among siblings in a family. Provoking situations in the affairs of husband and wife. Provoking situations in terms of government and the citizens, criminals. So many different types of provoking situations which we can easily recognize because they are negative. They are negative. And yes, we have, as Srila Prabhupada says here, how do we tolerate? How to become more tolerant in those situations. Now, of course, this is a very broad topic. Very broad and can be seen from many different angles. Because tolerating does not mean that we sit by idly when situations like this happen. That's a separate matter. Also, there are situations that are provoking that are less conspicuous because of our consciousness. When people glorify us, that is also a provoking situation. When things are going very good in our life, that is also a provoking situation. When we are achieving everything that we want to achieve in life, that is also a provoking situation. It's provoking positively. And more often than not, we react to it differently than how we would react when we are provoked negatively. But in the material world, there is neither good nor bad in one sense. They are both two sides of the same coin. Either if we are appreciative of something or adverse to something, that attachment, whether positive or negative, is attachment. Therefore, Krishna, he advised Arjuna that one should be equipoised. Equipoised in matters of happiness and also in matters of distress. So how to recognize when we are being provoked? Or what happens when we are being provoked? It affects our false ego. And how we react to it, as Srila Prabhupada says here, how we react to these provoking situations is what dictates how we progress in spiritual life. And what Srila Prabhupada said, one's greatness. Because it applies equally to the materialist as well as the transcendentalist. I mean, how often we hear that somebody just, because of some quarrel, like this person was killed, the daughter of the Pennywise stores, was killed by her, I think, husband or former husband. They had some marital problems. He couldn't tolerate. This is from a material point of view. He couldn't tolerate. He couldn't tolerate to that extent that he shot her and shot himself because of not being able to tolerate. Of course, that's a very extreme situation. But for us, how do we apply that? And should we apply it? By all means, yes. I mean, for me personally, it's something that often eludes me. So when I realize I was supposed to give class today, which I almost, well, not almost, completely spaced out on that. Good thing Mother Pancha called and reminded me. I thought it was next week. But this is something that in my own life, that how to apply it more and more and more. In work, when I have to deal with students, when I have to deal with colleagues, with parents. How do I apply this when I have to deal with my family, extended as well as immediate? How do I do it? How do I recognize in myself when I was tolerant or when I could have been a little more tolerant? There's so many ways we could see this. Because as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, that this quality of tolerance is one of the 4 essential qualities that the devotee must have. We cannot get around it. It's an essential quality that every devotee must have in order to chant the holy name incessantly. Humility, tolerance, respectfulness, and pridelessness. As tolerance, and what does Chaitanya Mahaprabhu say? We have to be as tolerant as a tree. What does that mean? In Chaitanya Charitamrita, when he's describing this verse of the Shikshashtakam, he says that sometimes a tree is cut down. That somebody passes, the tree didn't do him anything. The tree didn't drop a branch and it fell on the guy's head. The guy just picks up his axe and chops the tree down. And yet the tree does not protest. And if the tree bears fruit, then if someone is inimical toward that tree, he never withholds his fruit, or he never withholds his shade. Whether someone is inimical or whether someone is favorable, the tree responds in the same way. I mean, certainly for me, that is more far off than I would like to admit personally, my own self. But very, very essential. And who is setting the example? The Lord Himself. I think if somebody walks up to me and as Jesus says, that like if somebody slaps you in your left cheek and you present their right, like for me, my reaction might be, if somebody slaps me in my left cheek, I would left it in their right. I mean, hopefully in a few years that might change. Hopefully. But that's the reality. And as Rajarshi Prabhu, he was saying, I already mentioned this point 1 or 2 times, both in Guyana and here, quoting Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Now what is progress? Just small adjustments. Small adjustments made in the right direction. So what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what Srila Prabhupada expects of us, or desires for us, certainly these ideals are very lofty. But one of the qualities of an aspiring devotee is that he is very thoughtful. That we are very thoughtful. And thoughtful means that we assess where we are in our level of practice. where we are, and what can I do to make a little improvement, even just a little improvement. That at the end of 2014, I may be 1% better than where I was. At the end of 2015, even a fraction of 1% better than where I was. This quality of tolerance is a very essential quality, and it can be looked at and discussed from so many different angles. I mean, we don't have enough time. So many different angles we could see this quality as. I just wanted to present the basic thing. The need for becoming more tolerant. Tolerant in our own homes, in our own circle of friends, of colleagues, where we work. And important as well, tolerant in the association of devotees. So I'd like to stop here. We have about 5 more minutes. If anyone has any question, any comment, I will. So the question Hayagriva Prabhu asked, where Srila Prabhupada made a statement, not one time but a few times I think, that one should be as soft as a rose and as hard as a thunderbolt. So how do we apply that? So the first thing that comes to mind is it has to be applied intelligently. When to be soft and when to be hard as a thunderbolt. I mean, we have to be mature enough to choose the situations and how we react. Like for example, one simple way when Srila Prabhupada says we have to be as hard as a thunderbolt is when we see another devotee being offended. He says that for our own self, we tolerate. If we see another devotee being offended, then we speak out. And even how we speak out, there's a certain culture that the way we tackle that situation which has arisen has to be conducted. Like there's one very, very powerful point which I heard in one lecture, that if two persons, or let's say devotees in one sense, let's say devotees in an actual sense, like if two devotees are having some difficulty, one is wrong and one is right, absolutely. So let's say devotee A is right and devotee A is wrong, absolutely. There's no defending, what devotee B did or how he behaved or whatever. If devotee A goes about trying to address that situation in a way that offends devotee B, who is wrong, he's also culpable for Vaishnava aparad, even though he's right. But the way we deal with situations as devotees, we're expected to try to deal with situations as Vaishnavas. As Vaishnavas. So how to apply it? Like the first thing, it requires some thought. When to be as harsh as a thunderbolt or when to be as soft as a rose. I mean, as I could see on that. No, I don't know if that's alright. Very strict process. I think like most difficult thing, I think one word that comes to mind is being honest with ourselves. Like, and Bhaktisiddhanta, he also says something along that line. That if we examine ourselves, we find that we are honeycombed with faults. And we can only recognize faults in others because we have the same thing in ourselves. As we wouldn't know what to look for. In that sense. I think like one way to deal with that is to be honest with ourselves. And it comes back to the point of being thoughtful, being introspective. Really assessing ourselves honestly where we are. And like what right do we have, if that is not our specific service, to judge others in that sense. Krishna Chandra Prabhu. Something like yeah, definitely. Definitely. Kavi Prabhu, you had your hand up just now. One thing I would say, just to give a short and succinct as answer as possible. When in doubt, don't do anything. Stop and pray. It sounds very funny, but actually, like when you're not sure what is the best way to react to something, don't react. Because oftentimes, when we react in the heat of the moment, it generally might be the wrong reaction. I could count endless examples in my own life when that would happen, when I should have taken that advice in my own self. So that's as short as possible answer I could give to that. Hare Krishna. Shri Shri Radha Gopinath ki, Shri Shri Gauranitai ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki.
Kosho Kiva Jayo Jayo Gora Nande Aruti Kosho Janavitata Vani Jagamanaluba Akinitai Chan Bamigadadha Dakinitai Chan Bamigadadha Nikate Advaita Srini Vasa Chatradara Oshi Achangorachan Ratna Singha Sani Ashi Achangorachan Ratna Singha Sani Koren Brahma Adideva Gani Arati Koren Brahma Adideva Gani Shivanara Hari Adhikari Samaradulaya Adhikari Samaradulaya Sanjaya Mukunda Vasu Goshadigaya Bhaje Ganta Bhade Bhaje Karatala Bhaja Karata Madhuramidam Bhaja Paramarasala Madhu, 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 Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna Hare His Divine Grace, Abhay Charanaravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki, ISKCON Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada ki, Nityalilom Vishnupad Brahmhamsa Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Prabhupada ki, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki, Namacharya Thakur Hridas ki, Prem se go Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Radha Shivasati Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki, Sri Radha Krishna Go Gopinath Sham Kun Radha Kun Gir Govardhan ki, Sri Vrindavan Dham ki, Mayapur Navadip Dham ki, Jagannath Puri Kshetra Dham ki, Ganga Devi Jamuna Mai ki, Bhakti Devi Tulsi Maharani ki, Naam Sankirtan ki, Harinam Mahamantra ki, Brihat Mridanga Seva ki, Parama Karuna Sri Sri Gaur Nityananda ki, Sri Radha Gopinath ki, Sama Veda Bhakta Vrinda ki. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Namaste Narasringhaya. Namaste Narasringhaya. Rayone Hiranakashi Purvakshaha Silatam Kana Kalai Tona Singho Paro Tona Singho Yato Yato Yamita Tona Singho Bahe na Singho Ridai na Singho Narasimhamating Sharanam Prapade Sabkara Kamala Varena Kamadbhuta Singham Dalita Hiranya Kashipu Tanu Bringham Deshavadita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hari Jaya Jagadisha Hari Jaya Jagadisha Hari Tabakara Kamala Varena Adhuta Singham Dalita Hiranya Kashipu Tanu Bringham Deshavadita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hari Jaya Jagadisha Hari Jaya Jagadisha Hari Jaya Nrsimhade Jaya Nrsimhade Nrsimhade Jaya Nrsimhade Jaya Nrsimhade Jaya Nrsimhade Nrsimhade Jaya Nrsimhade Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Nrsimhade Bhagwan ki jai. Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. So, short announcements today. For we haven't been announcing the Sankirtan book scores for it's about 2-3 months. So it's a new year, and I thought I have the scores for the month of November and December and this past week. Of course, our Sankirtan party is a very small Sankirtan party, but nonetheless, for the month of November, our Sankirtan party primarily consists of, apart from the Harinam party, Mother Indira, our senior Vaishnavi, Mother Indira and Purushottama Das. Whenever we go out on Harinam, the two of them, for the time that we're out there, they non-stop distribute Srila Prabhupada's books. So, for the month of November, we did a total of 500 small books. We did a total of 50 medium-sized books and a total of 20 large books. For the month of December, which was the Christmas season, we did a total of 600 small books, which is a total of 40 medium books and 30 large books. And then to kick off the year, this last week, 1 week, we did 120 small books, 15 medium books, and 35 large books. Now there's a reason for this for so many big books. I am very pleased to announce, and I'm sure that Srila Prabhupada was most pleased, but our resident devotee Kavi and Bhakta Narada, they went out one day and they did 6 books, big books, Bhagavad Gitas. But they got a little taste for it, and 2 days later they went out and they did 25. So, if this is any indication of things to come, I think it's safe to say our book distribution will increase more and more. Then, yesterday, we kicked off our Food for Life program. I had announced before that we wanted to start the Food for Life on the very first Saturday of the month, but we weren't able to get it together in time. So then we said we will do it on the 2nd, which was yesterday. But a day before, some devotees were they came up with objections because it was Ekadashi. But I thought this was a common sense affair. Common sense. And Krishna consciousness is actually a common sense affair. It may be that we were giving out grains, but nonetheless we were giving out prasadam. And we went to Port of Spain. We went to the most you could say, impoverished part of Port of Spain. We went to a place called Riverside Car Park, where I don't know how many homeless people live in this car park. We went there first, and then we went to there. We did half of the prasadam was distributed there. Then we still had a lot of prasadam, so we went to Woodford Square, but that was not so populated. Then we went to Tambron Square, and we ran out of prasadam there. Everything we took, which was how many gallons? 5 of the deep pans, the deep trays, and I believe those deep pans carry 4 gallons. So we had 5 of those of kitchery, which was 20 gallons of kitchery and 8 gallons of halava. All in all, I felt it was very auspicious, and I say so with all sincerity and humility at my command, because having heard from Srila Prabhupada, many times he did things that seemed apparently to be transgressing some small rules, lesser rules. And many times even his Gongar brothers couldn't understand him. And he would say, that's because they don't have the brains to preach. So nonetheless, he says, we are going forward. So I remember one little story I can share with you. Srila Prabhupada was on the veranda of the Calcutta temple. This is the original Calcutta temple. And at that time, the temple, the devotees were renting 1 floor in this building. And it's Calcutta. So, if you stand up on the veranda and you look outside, there was this pond, a very dirty pond. The water was black. And on the banks of the pond, every day, you could see many homeless people from the slums of Calcutta hanging out there. And then not sometimes, but the sight would be, you would see things that you don't see in the West. And one of Srila Prabhupada's leading devotees was on the veranda with Srila Prabhupada, and he turned to Prabhupada and he said, Prabhupada, when I see these poor suffering people like this, sometimes I feel very compassionate towards them. And Srila Prabhupada looked at him and said, why only sometimes? Why only sometimes? So, someone like Srila Prabhupada who had the compassion, not just for the dress, as we say, not just for the external, but for the soul, he also had compassion for the suffering condition of humanity, people. And many times he would share stories of how his Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta, would emphasize that one has to have a Vaikuntha Britti, has to have a transcendental mentality to push on the Krishna consciousness movement. Even so, Srila Prabhupada said that once his Guru Maharaj was lecturing, and he said this was before Srila Prabhupada came to the West. Prabhupada was a Grihastha, and he was attending one lecture, and Srila Bhaktisiddhanta said he wanted to go west, and he wanted to send some people to England. And he said, I know those people over there, they're meat eaters and whatnot. And he said, I am prepared to serve meat to them. I'm prepared to serve meat to them, just to give them some Krishna consciousness, to be able to preach to them. And Srila Prabhupada said, when all the disciples heard him say that, some of them were like, they couldn't believe their eyes, that Guru Maharaj is saying like that he's prepared to serve me. And Srila Bhaktisiddhanta could understand their mentality, and he said, I've already thought of this 200 lifetimes ago. This is a small thing. Seriously. So, hearing these words of our spiritual master and knowing his urgent desire to distribute mercy, I felt that what we did yesterday would please him immensely. All the devotees who came out with us, I'm sure, we had many devotees who came out. Gauranga Hari came out, Mother Sri Rupa came out, Mother Indira came out, even Stumpy came out. Everyone who came out, all in all, it was a transcendental affair. We were distributing prasadam and chanting the holy names. So we distributed over 400 plates of prasadam. So, and if what we did was wrong, then I don't want to do right. Actually, so this was it was a great first start, and we want to continue this every week, every Saturday morning. We are asking anyone and everyone to take one Saturday at least and come out with us and help distribute prasadam to the people. We'll be going to different places, but I wanted to go to the most needy place, where there is a greater need. Then where there's greater need, there's greater remuneration. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he wanted this to go everywhere. It is said in the Chaitanya Charitamrita that the members of the Panchatattva, they did not discriminate who was fit or unfit candidate for getting this mercy. But I specifically wanted to go to the most fallen, most degraded people and begin our program there. So all in all, it was a great success. I thank all the devotees who came out and supported us, and I look forward to their help and help from others. It is a necessity. The Vaishnava is called Paradukha Dukhi. Paradukha Dukhi, Bhaktivinoda Thakur sings in one song. He said the Vaishnava, he feels for the suffering of others as if it is his own. So, we may not feel like that, but our spiritual master, he does. And we can assist. We can assist Srila Prabhupada in going out and extending the mercy that was extended to us. So, if anyone would like to help contribute also, the temple, we took on the expenses for this first outing, but it's an opportunity for everyone to get